Hi, I'm Mcrosbie from Finch Chevrolet in London, Ontario, Canada, and you're watching Cars and Crosby. And I have an action-packed adventure for you guys. We're going down to the National Corvette Museum's Bash for 2024. We're gonna see the new colors, and we're gonna go over also the new wheels and spoiler for the Z51. I'm gonna take you on an adventure starting right now. All right, adventure awaits. You probably were not expecting to see this in a Corvette adventure video, but there's a method to my madness, and I have a lot of space inside of here. As you guys remember, I am in the process of naming my Z06. There's been some good ones before, or so far, True North, Great White, Panda, and I got some stuff here. Got some cowboy hats that are Chevy themed up here, which is kind of cool. I got lots of gifts in the front here, so that's an advantage of having the Lyric. I want to just see if I can make it in the same kind of time frame that I normally do in my gas burning Corvettes. I'm going down to the caravan, so I'm already going to be taking my Z06 down this year. So I thought I'd just do something different and see what it's like to do 2,000 kilometers in 2 days with a Lyric. I want to see if you can do it, just for research purposes, let's call it. So yeah, I'm about to go now. We've had a bunch of deliveries today. If you're looking for a side vehicle, right now there's an amazing deal on the Lyric in a short-term lease. There's a fire truck coming, so we're gonna cut this and get down to Kentucky. All right, early bird gets the worm. And we are about to walk to a Mercedes-Benz dealership where my Lyric, or I was gonna call it the golf cart, has been charging for free at a trickle charger or a level 2. All right, I'm almost done charging, and then we're going to Bowling Green. So I'm excited. There's a lot of things that we're gonna see today. There's the new colors that they just got announced. I was looking at Mike Furman's Instagram page, and he had some colors. And then there's something that's underneath a cover that has a very high wing, and I'm wondering if this starts with a Z and ends in R1. Hope it is. I really do hope it is. This is going to make the trip worth it if I can see the new ZR1. My golf cart's doing great, by the way. I'm charging it at a Mercedes-Benz lot right now. Overnight I did the level 2, and then I just need enough to get me to Bowling Green, because then there's an Electrify America station there. And yeah, I can't really showcase any inventory and do walkarounds here. I should have maybe timed it to have a hotel nearby a GM dealership, but no, I did it because there's a Top Golf over there and I've got a golf cart. So there's the method to my madness. All right, 350 kilometers to get to Bowling Green, and I'll see you guys there. Well, I made it. It says I have 3% battery right now. That is absolutely wild. All right, let's get myself to a charging station. I made it. Wow. Breathe it in, guys and girls. Golf cart had 3% battery on her when she came in here to Bowling Green. Thankfully, there's an Electrify America here, and we are charging up as we speak. If you're interested in learning some stats about what's going on with my Lyric right now, we are gaining 528 miles an hour right now, and that's quite a bit in terms of the charge. How much does it cost me? $1.76 so far, and we've been on for 5 minutes. So not a cheap gig in terms of the time, but in terms of the charging capabilities, very impressed. All right, let's go see what we got here. I am excited. I got my new microphone on here. I've got my new Corvette sweater on, and I've got a bunch of swag here that is just asking to be handed out. Wow. Tons of stuff to go over, guys. All right, boys and girls, this is what we came here for. It is a beautiful sunny day now, and we are going to go on a walk at the National Corvette Museum Bash. This is what we came here for, guys. We've got new Corvettes to talk about, new accessories, and new colors. Oh, boy, where do we start? Well, we've got ourselves an E-Ray in Riptide. It's a similar model, I think, that we had from last year. Maybe it's the exact same. I guess we're going to start with the colors. All right, here we go. This is competition yellow. And we've got two different layouts for competition yellow here. We've got one that's in a direct sunlight. It's partly overcast, but mainly sunny. And we're gonna go over and see it in the dark, but I kind of love this setup that they have with these silhouettes because it allows me to be able to showcase it to you in two different colors, as well as these vehicles in terms of how they're laid out with half of them being in the direct sunlight. So that's gonna be the theme for this entire video, is going over the new accessories and what's new here, and the best thing that we can do is talk about a yellow Corvette. Competition yellow is a new color. It does have metal flake. So let's just zoom in as close as we can here, get a little macro shot. And I think that it is a gold flake, if I was to guess, and it is also a tint coat, if I remember correctly. This is got a fair amount of travel, but not a lot. I would say that this is probably the least traveled metallic color that you can get. But you look at Riptide, or we're going to look at the next one over here, and it is a very bright color. So this is a pastel. Let's just go through the basics. We've got a pastel color. This looks bright even when it's dark out. There's another one over there which is torch red, and rapid blue is a pastel as well. These are metallic colors, and this is also a tint coat. A tint coat means that there is also some pigment in the clear coat, so it adds a little bit more depth and complexity to the color. That is it in the direct sunlight, and then over here we have it in the dark non-sunlight. Competition yellow is not the racing team's yellow because they keep changing their yellow around, but this is probably as close to Velocity Racing yellow as I've ever seen it. Over here is a nice overhead view of a coupe, and as you can see, it's a bright color even when it's dark. That to me is really going to be a fun thing to work with. I really love a vibrant, energetic color, and I think that the green tones that you saw in Accelerate Yellow are now gone. You've got a fun, lively, energetic color that you're going to be able to utilize. And what's not fun and lively and energetic? On the topic of accessories and how I would build it, we have our edge yellow calipers. So these yellow calipers are an option that you can choose. And obviously with this competition yellow, the calipers here is going to be a really great option. Accenting it in black is going to be a really great option. And then using the yellow seat belts, which I haven't seen on any of the models here, is really going to be an important thing to use when you're accenting for this. This color is Hysteria. It is a crazy color. It is an automatopoeia in terms of it describing what it is. Hysteria is purple, if you wanted to summarize it in one way. But it has probably the most amount of travel that I've seen in a color in a long time. Keep in mind, guys, here is what it looks like when it's dark. And then this is it in the direct sunlight. Up close, you can see that it has a very, a lot of blue undertones in it. And it does also, in my opinion, have a little bit of gold and yellow and blue metal flakes. It was overcast this morning, and when this was out in partial sunlight, it still was fairly dark. So that's a direct indicator to me that there's going to be a lot of travel with this color. And another thing that I would note about it is that when it is in an overcast condition, it's almost going to look like it's black. You guys can see over there in the dark, Hysteria is a very dark undertone, and so you're going to see a lot of the functional design that's in your Corvette get lost. It's going to be more of a sinister, there's Mike Furman. It's a more sinister color in terms of it being darker in tones, but having a lot of travel. So travel, if you're just catching along, is where you have a lot of undulations that will change the finish of the paint. Under direct sunlight, it will really change character, but this is really going to be the thing that you want to take into consideration is what it looks like when it's at its darkest. And when it's in a dark state, it's almost going to look black. So if you're wanting to have a subtle color that um, comes to life when it hits the light, this is really going to be a big color option for you. I honestly think that this is going to do really well with chrome. I don't think that there's a lot of chrome accents that we see here today, but you want something that's going to make this sucker pop. And for me, chrome is a really great thing. There's a lot of polished aluminum accents that you can get on the Corvette as well. And I think that a polished accent is going to do really well. On that topic, actually, I want to show you the new wheels on the Z06 because that kind of luster is really going to help bring this color out. And there's some luster that we have on these Z06 wheels over here. So I don't actually know what they're called, but these are the new wheels, and there's 4 different finishes that there will be for it. So it is kind of like a split spoke design, and it has a painted finish on the accents of every other spoke. So this is probably as shiny as it's going to get on a finish for a Corvette. And when you look at what this color is here, it's just begging for some chrome accents to be done on it. I think that black will get lost in it, is I think maybe my suspicion from a 3-hour first impression. And what I mean by that is that if you had this this isn't even as dark as it was this morning. It was a lot darker, and I wish I still have some footage of it. When you have black accents on a color that really darkens up, they kind of get lost, and you need some definition. And I feel like the chrome from this is something that you're really going to have a lot of fun with. If you had a chrome badge on it as well, that would really do good. And then I would avoid doing the stealth interior with this one as well, because you're wanting the brushed aluminum accents that you get standard on it to help out in making it pop a little bit. It needs some definition and contrast, and adding some luster, in my opinion, is going to do a lot of good things with this color. And last but definitely not least, we have an old friend. Sebring Orange Metallic is making a comeback. This was the cover for the ZR1 in 2019. The cover girl color for the ZR1 was Sebring Orange Metallic, and it was also a tint cool. So this is the second time we've had it. I don't know how many times a color for a Corvette has come and then gone, but this is a rebound. We're having a class reunion of colors here, and Sebring Orange is back in action. So actually, Sebring Orange was on for the 2020 model year, and I believe the 21 model year, and then Amplify Orange came about. So I would assume that there's not room for 2 oranges of this kind of color because they're almost identical. That maybe this Sebring Orange is going to replace Amplify Orange. I can pretty much guarantee it. Sebring Orange is a lot more orange. Amplify is a lot more pastel-like. This has got a lot more of a luster and a pop. I actually didn't really know why they changed Amplify to Sebring. I feel like they were already 2 great color. It was already a great color as it was. And I'm not saying that Amplify is a bad color, but Sebring was already doing a good job. I didn't really think it needed to be changed. So I'm very excited to have it back. It's an old friend that did a lot of great things, and in accenting it, it's kind of a jack of all trades. When you look at this photo over here, you can see that it has painted silver accents on here, but also you can see that the black accents that are on here do exceptionally as well with it. It really kind of does really good with both of them, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's such a bright, energetic color, and that energy can be taken into different ways. So for sure, there's a lot of people out there that are going to do black accents, but don't be afraid of doing some lighter complements with it. I've seen Sky Cool Gray. I've even seen Natural do really well if it's a non-dipped interior. And I think that that's really the fun thing about Sebring Orange, is that there's a lot of bandwidth in terms of what you can do with the styling and design of this color. So we have new wheels. We have 3 colors. I can pretty much guarantee that Accelerate Yellow is going to go. And as I say that, I just want to give you guys a refresher on what the yellow situation was and is kind of on some Corvettes. So over here is Accelerate Yellow. It has a lot of green inside of its color. And then over there is a C7 yellow, and actually there's a C6 yellow. So Velocity Racing Yellow and Corvette Racing Yellow are over there. And as you can see, they kind of always have a racing theme to their name. So that's because that's our factory spec color. If you're not aware, for a manufacturer to partake in a racing event, they have their own factory colors. So you've seen, for example, on a lot of Japanese brands, white being their color. On German vehicles, it's silver. On British vehicles, it's green. And for General Motors, yellow is our factory color. So if you see a yellow Corvette in a racing event, you can pretty much guarantee that it's a factory spec sponsored team. So that was Accelerate Yellow. And then over here we have our C7 Yellow, which was a lot similar to the racing colors that you would see. Wow, there's quite a bit of stuff that's happened to the front end of this Corvette. She has seen some days. Yellow on Kalahari. Anyways, this is very similar to what we saw on a racing color for Corvettes back in the day. And I was actually just talking to Josh Holder, and he was mentioning to me that Corvette Racing is always changing their color whenever we change it to theirs. So they're always trying to be different. So that's kind of interesting that he mentioned that. So it might mean that in the future, they might change the tone of yellow again, because just in this parking lot here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 different yellows of Corvette. So yellow is definitely a color that changes quite a bit with Corvette. Gray would probably be the other one that I think of that changes even more than yellow. And then blue as well changes quite a bit. But red kind of stays the same, and with red mist and then torch red now. So those are our 3 colors. And a beautiful E-ray there. We now also have a new spoiler. So for the Stingray owners out there, if you're going to be purchasing a Z51, or if you're going to put an accessory spoiler on your vehicle, from the factory, you have now a new 4-post spoiler. We already had the high wing, and I can tell you right now, the high wing spoiler is extremely hard to get. I have almost every single Corvette that comes in as a Stingray that's wanting the high wing. And well, behind door number 1 is the new spoiler. So on the 25 model years, this will become the new spoiler that you get. It's a 4-post from the factory. This will always be finished in carbon flash metallic, and there will also be an option to finish the entire, excuse me, got a little fly in my throat there. It'll also have the option to have this finish in carbon flash metallic. That is our accent color that we have all throughout the Corvette, and it's very different from the high wing that we currently have. You'll see from this line right here that it kind of follows the rear fender, and then this little winglet on the end here kind of cuts in. It's a lot lower, and it's also sloped at a little bit more of an aggressive angle than the high wing spoiler currently is as an accessory. One of the things that I really enjoy about this is these 4-posts here are very flush. It looks very fluid and connected in terms of how this spoiler looks on the vehicle. It's a shame that the top right now is up on here, because it'd be nice to see it in its proper profile without having the engine appearance package here being shown off. But I can see from this angle right here that it's going to be a very flush wheel or spoiler. These are the forged wheels that we had come out for the 24 model year. So this is a new set of wheels. A new option is the engine appearance package for the convertibles. And then we also have over here the engine appearance package with an option red intake. So a fair amount of new options to consider for the 25 model year. The colors is always my biggest thing that I want to focus on. It, to me, is a really big thing to talk about. I'm going to go in and watch the Team Corvette presentation, and I'll let you know what else I see. All right. I don't know if I covered all this in previous episodes if you haven't watched them, but this is the National Corvette Museum. And there are a lot of different things that you can do here. This is the actual museum right here. But this is where, if you're going to be doing a Corvette delivery, you're going to have your own experience. And it's really adorable. They even do a little kids delivery over here. And then you're going to walk down or drive down this alleyway right here and be a part of Corvette history. That was Ken Lingenfelter that just walked by. So these are Corvette deliveries from the factory, and you have a very amazing experience that you get right out of the gates of glory from General Motors. And you also have a very cool badge that you get on the inside of your center console. So if you haven't thought about doing it, you can do a National Corvette delivery or an R8C delivery experience. They have specialists here that I would say are probably going to be just as experienced as your most high-end Corvette dealership, because of the amount of deliveries that they do. The volume that they do is incredible, and so these staff members here are able to do a full demo and drive with you. A very cool combination, rapid blue on a edge yellow dual Indy racing stripe. Very cool, haven't seen that combination before. And then they drive out here. So then we also have the Stingray grill in terms of you know, all your amenities and stuff like that. You got tons of things to offer for you here, and that is the National Corvette Museum. All right, presentations are going on in the back there, and I thought that this would be a great opportunity to do a lot walk. Let's see what everyone else out there has done to their Corvettes. In my opinion, there's no better way to look at what people have done for design and style than going out and seeing it in the parking lot. So Michelin's here, they're our chief sponsor. It looks like they've done a good job. I actually painted a wheel in Michelin liveries for my winter tire package that I did on my C8 original one. It was a fun gig. The C8 is a wild child in the snow. I really enjoy it. So color-wise, Cacti has been a very popular one, and there is an E-Ray, which has kind of been the synonymous color, in my opinion, for what people are doing with the E-Ray package in Cacti. And then we have here somebody that has wrapped their C8 in purple, and as we all know now, Hysteria is now a color. So whoever wrapped their Corvette in purple was onto something, because it is definitely a good sense of style. So we have quite a few things to talk about on this wide body. We've got an aggressive 5-spoke with a nice offset on here. We've got the yellow calipers, ceramic wheels. This isn't a Z07 because it doesn't have the high wing, but we've got a nice exposed carbon fiber ground effects package that's on here. And wow, you know what? On our last episode, we were talking about having a protection package for in the intakes. This is actually a decent idea, because when I was detailing my Z06 the other day, I saw some leaves inside of there, and I really wanted to find a way to protect it. So I've got to figure out who did this inlet protection package here, because this is actually the first time that I've seen an intake grill protection kit that does a really good job, in my opinion. From a first impression, that's actually a really good idea. So yeah, I don't know who makes that grill inserts. The Radiator Grill Store?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm Scott. This is my car.
Oh, very cool,
How
Scott.
you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
Man, you should be
Big fan,
commended.
man. Big
Oh,
fan.
thank you very
Big
much,
fan.
Scott. I think that this has got some good style, dude.
Thank you.
I got
agree.
some.
I agree.
I would think so. Here is a nice laser etched Corvette keychain for you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So, what was it? Where did you get these from, Scott?
Radiator Grill Store. The vents on the inside.
Yeah,
Radiator
that's a
Grill
great
Store.
idea. So you just bought them, told them you had a Z06, and they knew what to do.
They make them for the Z06 specifically. That's
No
right.
way, because I've been wanting to find something to put in there that can protect it.
I think it needs it.
I've seen leaves and stuff in my Z already, and I wanted to get something.
That
So
definitely
we've got a nice purple wrap. It sounds like you were beating them to the game when you
Indeed,
getting
I
purple
was.
as a
This
color.
is the better purple.
And then you got a decent offset in your back dish here, man. What's that?
Those are Anarchy wheels, man. They did a great job. Fitment, the quality, the look. They're perfect.
Yeah, man. This
They're
is a
perfect
beautiful
for the car.
color.
They're perfect.
Oh boy! So we got yellow stitching, yellow steering wheel edge line, and then also a seatbelt with your yellow calipers.
Oh, matches
Dude,
perfectly. Matches perfectly.
nice Corvette.
Thank you
Very
much.
nice.
Thank
I
you
love
very
it. That
much.
was a meal. Unpack it every single time I look at it. There's another bite. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, what do we got down here? We got, well, yellow is a good theme here. We got a McDonald's spec right now. Look at this. So this is a thing. I'm not going to reach in because there is security systems, and I don't want to have it go off from the motion sensors. But you can see here the yellow on this seatbelt. This is exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the new competition yellow being a really good accent. So you saw the brake calipers over there, and the seatbelts, in my opinion, are going to be a really, really good complement to it. There's a lot of green in this color, and as I've said before, 2 lead singers on stage is never a good thing. And when you've got a bright color that you've made a statement with, you don't want to have two of them. So you don't want to have two blues of different colors. You want to have two different reds. And it's the same with yellows. And then this is edge yellow. So this is the caliper that is a darker color, which again is a little bit different. What do we got here? We've got another Z. These are the satin wheels on here. We got some forged lights on there. Interesting, very cool. There's a dude in a trunk over here with a nice red intake. I don't know what we're doing, but it looks like we're doing maybe like an intake system or something like that. Oh, kitty cats are going on. That's cool. Very cool. So he's doing a kitty cat back high flow exhaust. Very interesting. Soul Performance. You guys have a Canadian touch at all or something like that? You got to get some stuff in from Canada. I'd love to get that. Yeah, I'm doing great.
This
So
is Justin's from Horsepower Obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
No way.
You know what
So Justin's putting a high flow.
This is branded in the trunk.
DBM Racing is
And
putting
DBM Racing.
high flow cats on Justin's.
Damn. Well, if you guys want to hear what this sounds like,
Yeah.
this is going to be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
AWE. So we got some.
Exhaust, yep, with the
And then
Soul
you guys
Performance
have.
high flow cats.
So you do your own exhaust as well, though, right?
No, I'm not Soul Performance, but that's what we're putting in Justin's car. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's the work that's going
Wow.
on right now. Yeah.
This is impressive. Wow, I can't wait to check it out on his channel.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Hey,
much,
good to
Shane.
see you again,
It's
Morgan.
nice seeing you,
Take care,
buddy.
man.
Okay, so what else do we got going on here? We've got a
Did you see the QR code on the car?
okay.
So we're giving away a free set of rims, $4,000.
What?
To any subscriber when we hit 1,000. So
All right, well, screenshot that QR, take a photo of that video that you just watched, and you'll get the contest for those wheels. Very cool. All right, this caught my eye right when I got in, and I really, really, really want to unpack this over here. This Corvette has a wild wrap. This looks like, this is yours? Dude, when I first came in, I saw this and I was blown away. So is this a stealth wrap? Or
Yeah,
is
so this is Expel Stealth.
I love it. I have it on my Camaro ZL1.
My original concern was that I wanted to be able to see the metallics and stuff in the carbon flash paint for the 70th anniversary edition. And nobody could tell me because it was early on, but they said, hey, you know, we've seen it on like G-Wagons and a couple other with metallics, and the stealth wrap looks good. You can still see the metallics.
Uh-huh.
I said, you know what? I'm just going to pull the trigger. I'm going to try it. But I want to do gloss on the wishbone and the spoiler and the front splitter because I don't have one yet. But I like the side skirts. I'm like, I want that contrast to be able to see the difference. And I added the Jake Skull racing graphic on the back.
Yeah, this
I'm
really
like,
helps
you know
out
what?
in defining the because there's so much space in this with this being such a wide vehicle that you need some definition in there.
Yeah, I wanted to break up the color a little bit, and then I built these Aerolarri two-piece wheels based on, in the future, I'm going to do carbon fiber side skirts, I'm going to do a diffuser, I'm going to do a splitter, I'm going to do the mirrors. I already have a bunch of parts. I haven't installed them yet, but I'm like, you know what? A two-tone with the black and the stealth Expel, it's going to be perfect, I think.
So you're onto
Overall, how it's
something.
gonna look,
I have
you know?
the metallic black on my Camaro, the Panther, the Final Collector's Edition.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did a matte wrap on this, and so you
Yeah.
can see. So the shine from this is coming through from the carbon flash metallic paint finish.
It is, yeah. Everything's coming through, and when it's in the sun, it glistens, and the Stealth Expel doesn't take anything away.
Nope,
other
you're
than
right.
It shows you the body line.
I was so blown
That's
away.
it.
This
so
is
good. Yeah.
So, and I love that you did the red Z06. Did you do that in the back
I
here?
did,
We got
no,
black.
Not yet, but I've got some changes to make, a few things, because I'm also considering doing the edge red, or I think they call it lollipop red, maybe.
Oh, really?
It's a really close match to the exhaust tips.
Oh,
That way
wow.
it just ties the accents of
Yeah,
the
it's all
red in with the
consistent.
stealth and then the gloss. You know, I think that
Dude,
would be great.
This, honest to God,
Yeah.
first thing that caught my eye when I came in here was this Z06. So,
Yeah. Hey, good to see you again.
Dude.
Man. Take care, man.
long
Awesome.
time no see.
I'll see you again. Yeah.
That's amazing. This is a sick Corvette. I absolutely love it. Bam. It's so sinister. I just love that vet. Okay, let's see what we got out here. We got twin Z's beside each other over here. We got two 70ths beside. We got the nice pinstripe on the red over there. That's a beautiful look. I love this interior. This is not Sky Cool Gray. This is actually called ceramic, that white. So don't think that that's a Sky Cool Gray interior. That's a 70th anniversary color that you can't get anymore, and it's called ceramic. On the topic of ceramic, I didn't realize that this was going to be a farewell episode, but it sounds to me like we are finally going to see the end of ceramic matrix gray. My color is likely going to see the end at the mercy of hysteria. Well, this one's a little dirty from this tree here, but I love ceramic matrix gray. Holy cow! Someone brought a disco ball to the party. Look at this. This looks like it's a wrap of some sort, and geez Louise, this is going to be glaring. Wow. There's a first. Wow. Someone turned their Corvette into a mirror. I love it. I think it's so cool. I'm actually impressed because wherever this person, let's just see where the plate is from. This person likely came from Ohio, so not that far away. Oh, AWE exhaust on there, very nice. But there's next to nothing for bugs. I would have thought that this would have been a color that gave away it was being dirty, but this is very impressive. I like what I see. Couple of Corvettes from previous years. The pace cars are usually here in good form. We've got some 70ths all in a row up here again. Some more 70th anniversary. Hey there, man. How you doing? That's a beautiful 70th you got there. You need a keychain for your key there, man. Nice Corvette, dude. Oh, thank you very much. Wow, nice aero package. Roll Tide, High Wing, Z. Got some exposed carbon fiber on that one, 5VM kit. I like these accents. I think this is a nice touch, and the fact that they did it with the pinstripe 70th anniversary forged wheels is, in my opinion, a good look. That is also a very clever place to put an embroidered badge that's supposed to go on an outfit. Why not put that badge on your Corvette and call it a day? Don't mind that. It's a cool look. I think we need a green. We got hysteria. We got our purple back. We need some green in our lives again, though. That should be, in my opinion, the next color we see come back to Corvettes. I love my Zeus bronze, but I'm sorry, we need to see a more greedy green. You know, we got our cacti, and if you think that that was going to satisfy our green itch, you're wrong, Corvette. We need more green. I'm hoping that even though I'm in the middle of a hurricane right now, that the sound quality is better than in previous years. My microphone is looking like it's going to die at any moment. So we're going to wrap up this at any point. If it suddenly stops, and you knew why that is. So some cool things here. We got some tuning history right here with Ken Ligenfelter. How you doing, Ken? I'm doing good. What a legend that guy is. Wow, look at all the Arctics in a row here. We got a frosty corner and then a nice sunny, getting tongue-tied here. Uh-oh. Are these Corvette, these are Team Corvette vehicles over here. We're going to leave them alone because they've probably been showcased and done before from previous years. It's kind of nice. A bunch of colors are bunching together. It's very interesting to see that. I'm always looking for things that are unique, and hypersonic gray on an E-Ray with Artemis. That's a new look. Haven't seen that one yet. There's a new color that hasn't existed in combination yet. So we have our E-Ray in Artemis together. We've got a nice sky cool gray accented C8 here, which is one of my favorite combinations, obviously. And then we've got some reds over here. What else do we got? We got two different reds beside each other, actually, which is kind of nice. And Corvette Central C5, very cool. Look at the intakes on this C6 here. That's a ZR1, or is it maybe a car that's trying to be a ZR1? It's on a C5 convertible, very cool. Nice blues in the corner. I love how people are bunching them together. We got a nice tailgating party over here. This is what Corvette Spirit's all about. And some nice badging on here. What brand of wheels are these? They look like they're matching the 1920 original set. They're forged lines. I don't mind that. That's a pretty cool looking spoke pattern. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I absolutely love coming down to these types of Corvettes events. It's really amazing to see the people down here, get to see Team Corvette, go over all the things that are new and exciting. We've got a couple of administrative things that we need to talk about. There is a new service program for 24 model year Corvettes. The transmission service is now a 3-year coverage. So if you don't drive your Corvette a lot and you only got 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it, you don't need to worry about being rushed to get your transmission service done. You can wait until year 3 to be able to do that now, which will help out in being able to get the service done under warranty so that it's covered. You shouldn't be penalized because you didn't drive your Corvette enough. I would suggest that you drive it, but financially it doesn't make sense that you don't get the coverage just because you didn't drive your car enough. And I hope that people can take advantage of that and you can go into your dealer and make sure that you get your Corvette transmission serviced properly. If you didn't do it because you were not thinking that it was going to be covered, now you can go in and it's retroactive too. So all 24 model years will now have the coverage done from the time that you got it till 3 years. So the in-service date to 3 years is when it is. I'm Mcrosbie from Finch Chevrolet in London, Ontario, Canada. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.